Guess who's back in the house? Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to Dishin Days, where we are serving up a full dish of this week's episodes of NBC's number one award winning hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives. I'm your host, Tony Moore, and I am joined by some familiar gaggle of gals. We
Yeah.
have
Me, Michael Mattis.
me.
Michael me.
It's me,
It's
Michael
me.
Mattis.
It's me.
And down below,
Hey guys, Justin Hareld here.
Down below.
where Justin always goes. Just so welcome back, everybody.
I know, right? Wow.
We've been gone for a
She's
minute,
starting.
but now we're back with the jump off. Yep, it's Shady Sunday. We definitely don't miss a beat. Hey, if you guys are looking to connect with us on the social media platforms, check us out on Facebook. We are Dishin Days Show, Instagram Dishin Days, and _ Dishin Days on the Twitter. The @ is currently being revived and given a new heart, lung, throat, etc., etc.
Oh,
Like,
I thought you were gonna say the @ was moving to Peacock.
That would have been a good one. Maybe I'll save that for next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
All
write
right.
that down.
Well, I'm gonna write that down. And hey, guess what? You can take us along with you because we're on your favorite podcast stations. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Just simply search Dishin Days for all the dish when you're on the go. Side note: I actually just met someone this past weekend, and he's probably currently listening. Who, first of all, has met me many a times before
Mhm.
and listens to this podcast and only just recently connected the two together and was like, "Oh, I never realized you were Tony from Dishin Days." And I was like,
Because he doesn't watch it.
"No, because he always listens to it."
Oh god.
And I was like, "Oh," I said, "So I'm talking." He was like, I normally go to the gym and I'm on the treadmill." And I said, "See, you're the person that I'm talking to when I always say take us along on
Yeah.
your car ride while you're on the treadmill at the gym." See how that all connects? You're
Nice.
welcome. And in case you want to see our lovely smiling faces, check us out on our YouTube channel. If you're watching us live, you're right here at it. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also hit that bell notification so that way you'll never, ever, ever, ever miss a live broadcast. Also, buy our merch. Listen, y'all. We got shirts, we got towels, we got mugs, we got all these things with all these lovely logos on them. I mean, hello. Who
Mhm.
wouldn't want to get your official Dishin Days merch? Check it out on www.dishindays.threadless.com and buy yours today. Also, want to give a shout out to Araceli, who is currently
Hmm.
quarantined.
Yes.
She's in the chat room, I think.
Yeah.
Probably.
And, I have.
She's like, I'm here. I'm just in no shape to be using my voice. So
Araceli said she will be on the show one way or another. So I have some.
One way or another, I'm gonna recap. I'm gonna recap. One.
Oh.
Yeah. So, all right. So,
Feel better, Araceli.
hi, feel better, Araceli.
Yes.
Then take care of yourself and each other.
Mhm.
I know that you guys have missed us,
Sorry.
but just so you know, we will only be covering this week's episode. Somebody was like, "Yay, you guys have 3 weeks to talk about." No, we don't. We
don't have 3
only
weeks. We don't have 3 weeks of time. But
Yeah,
okay.
no, we ain't got no time for that. Because guess what? Later on today, we are joined by Salem's newest resident and detective, Elia Cantu. I feel like I'm going to pronounce her in that way all the time. Elia plays the wonderful Jada Hunter. And we're going to take some time to get to know her. She's a brand new character, so we want you guys to get to know her and find out more about her and her character and all that good stuff. So, you know how we do it here. Let's go ahead and get things started now that we have gotten all the church announcements out of the way. What do you guys think of this week's episodes of Days of Our Lives?
That was pretty good. I didn't find myself distracted a lot. I felt like there was a lot of details to pay attention to this week. We're still waiting on some stuff, but I thought it was a pretty solid week.
Yeah, I liked it this week. I feel like we're getting the pacing's really fast, and we're getting like a lot of on storylines. Stuff is like picking up and getting into motion. So I'm like, I'm really excited about what we're seeing lately.
Yeah, I think a lot of the storylines are moving forward. Even everything with the Abigail
Mhm.
um, murder is it's this push and pull of like he did it, they did it, she did it. I'm onto her. We're following her, and so it's kind of like this. I felt all week I was just like the whole time. So,
Mhm.
um, but yeah, a lot of things moving forward, a lot of interesting things happening. But let's break it all
Yes.
down for each and every one of you. It is now time to start
Dishin Days.
Dishin
Dishin
Days.
Days.
Just not even gonna say nothing. Just gonna turn the hourglass. Just set it over here because okay. So- I feel so feisty today because I feel like I haven't like been doing this for so long. I gotta
I
like
know.
it's like
I
a
was
cheat sheet with my
nervous. I
girls.
was like, am I going to remember everything?
Right.
Probably not. I'll forget
Probably
something.
not, but
No, I always
you know
forget
what?
something.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We're
Yeah.
gonna get
Where am
through
I?
this.
What show are we recapping again?
Wow!
Another World, right? No,
Wow!
just
Another
kidding.
Oh,
world.
Just
wow!
kidding.
Wow!
Oh,
All right, let's kick things off with the first storyline. Dr. Rolf, Kristen, Stefan, Lishin, Gabby, Rafe, and
Oh,
Kristen
Shin.
Brady.
oh god.
Okay, can I ask y'all a question?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Kristen, too much, too little, just enough.
In what respect?
In
I
the
mean,
respect of like you just got out of jail, you have
yeah.
gotten into basic black only to torment Brady and Chloe. Like,
Mm. Oh,
Yeah.
how do
like slower roll a little bit.
Yeah.
Like take her time. Yeah, I would say like she could, maybe one thing at a time because like you just said, she's at basic black. Now now it seems like a goal of hers is to get custody of Rachel. And then
Yeah.
also she has Dr. Rolf and Stefan's re, what do we want to call this? Rebirth, what do they call it? Reanimation?
Yeah. Yeah.
Reanimation.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, maybe she should take her time, focus on like maybe basic black and Rachel, and then let Dr. Rolf do his thing with Stefan.
Yeah.
Trust Dr. Rolf and maybe not just be like, it has to be now. It
Yeah.
had like there was a moment where I was just like, Kristen, chill. Like
yeah.
did you like did you
I feel
like
like she's
did you have too much cold brew this morning, Kristen?
I feel like not insert my way of showing my cold brew here. Um, I honestly think that she has too many hands in the fire. The
Yeah.
Mhm.
one hand that I want her to let go is Brady and Chloe.
Yeah.
It's like, girl, let that go.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna happen. Concentrate on all the other stuff and Rachel
Yeah.
Well, is
because
she like? Do you feel like she still like want like? Do you feel like she still wants Brady, or is she just mad that? Because I kind of got the feeling like there was still a little bit of a fire there between
Yeah.
them that was definitely there, but it was more of I just felt like it was anger towards him for like I feel like she like knows he's with Chloe. She's just mad about it,
Yeah.
and
she's mad.
she's not trying to get back with him
She's
unless I
mad.
missed something. But at least this week, I just felt like it was just she was trying to she's not trying to get Brady back. She's just trying to put the screws to both of them, like
She's
out
mad
of petty revenge.
because she
Yeah.
feels like Chloe is the reason why she's
Mm-hmm.
not with Brady. Chloe is the
Right.
catalyst, and she needs to get rid of it. But it's kind of like, you dug your own grave just a little bit,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
But in true
and
Kristen fashion, Kristen justifies all of her actions anyway.
well, doesn't
So
everybody? Everybody
well,
always
yeah.
justifies their action, but in this case, I just want to be like, you know what? Get a job, go about your merry way. Have them on edge. Have them walk in, and you're just like, oh, good morning.
Yeah. Right.
I
Yeah.
have those papers for you. Also make sure that you and have them be like, Any minute she's gonna do something. Watch, and then be like, bye, and like really have them on. I think I would have rather have seen that than to have seen her come in being like, oh, Chloe, I'm reporting you to HR for
Yeah,
fraternizing. I seen it with my. I'm like, girl.
Well, the
yeah,
pettiness, the
yeah.
pettiness can go. The pettiness can she can relax that a
Yeah.
little bit.
I think I'm getting like a 50-50 thing. I feel like her main goal is just to mess with them and like either break them up or just kind of cause issues in their relationship. But I also think if Brady showed interest or a slight interest, I think she'd jump on it. Or if her idea is that if I can get rid of Chloe or mess up their relationship, maybe I have a chance kind of thing. So I think it's like 50-50. She's not all in about like, I just want Brady. I think like you said, she just kind of wants to mess with them.
Yeah.
But I also think that could possibly lead in her mind to, if he's not with Chloe, I have a chance.
Mm-hmm. Now, what do we think about Lee Shin? Because my, have we, Michael Mattis?
I already know what you're gonna say. This is how, yeah.
I just can't buy this guy as like a villain, and he was trying so hard. The only time I was really sold that he like turned evil or went to the dark side was like the very last scene he had when he and Rolf were like face to face, and he had this look. I was like, oh, okay, but I just don't buy it. Like it didn't land for me, and it was honestly kind of annoying, and I hate saying that, but it was just like I didn't buy it, and yeah, I appreciate the twist, but I'm gonna go along with it, but I was just like, I don't like and I hate to say this, like this actor just like I don't feel he can do what they're trying to do with the character yet. Maybe I just need to give it a minute. Maybe it was,
I think you should give it a minute. I think he has it in him, because there was a moment where I was like, like Lena, and the moment that I realized that was when he was okay with what Gabby did, and he was just like, next time, just let me in on it. And I was like,
yeah.
You mean to tell me you're not gonna have the typical Salem reaction of like, Gabby, I can't believe you would do such
you mendacious little bitch. Yeah.
Okay, not all that.
Isn't that what Julie called her? Yeah.
Oh, maybe. But I was like, oh, okay. And then all this week he just kept like, like revealing himself a little bit more. And I was like, oh, okay, you really are like. And then I for some reason I was like, I really like him and Gabby together even more.
Yeah.
So just give him a minute so that he can find his groove. Michael Mattis, like he needs to find his like his dark side where when he delivers a line, it's very like that.
I got a little update from Araceli. She said she thinks he's way more interesting now than he was before, and I agree with her. I think he's.
First of all, not you talking about. I have an update from Araceli. Yes, what is she? Is she hosting from the chat room?
She is. I have notes. I have notes on the storyline.
Well, guess what? She can give her notes next week.
Listen, I'm infusing them. She wants to be a part of the conversation.
Well, like everybody else who is not here, she can be part of the. We will read her comments in the comment section. Not you having a side report. The Araceli report
in here. You see how your co-hosts treat you. See.
No, is it? So should I start turning in notes too when I'm not here?
You won't. Okay.
You know what? Where's the button to click? You go to the chat room with Araceli and
have a day off. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
But yeah, I agree with her. I think he's much more interesting, like you said, Tony. The stuff about how he sort of felt about Gabby's plans and was all in on it. I definitely think, I was sort of getting bored with them as a couple. It was like, okay, we don't really know much about him. It's just them two in a relationship, and all they're doing is sort of having sex, and we don't get any more insight into him or her or their couplehood.
They do have a lot of sex. Like they have sex like, a lot. Like they have sex once they already got dressed. It's like, girl, ain't nobody got time for that. Like I already done showered. I'll see
I
you
mean,
later on.
Yeah. I will say I agree with you a little bit, Michael, but I think they relied on he did a lot of smirking this week or the past 2 weeks. So I think that was his sort of like calling card of like there's other things going on behind the scenes or behind the eyes kind of a thing. But yeah, I think they used it a little bit too much. But no, I'm excited for the character. I think this is a good way to take him. It's interesting because he's on the same path as Gabby, but he's also keeping stuff from her. So it's like that dynamic. We'll see how that plays out.
Oh, he's keeping
Oh,
he's saying
look
like,
at what our den mother.
no, I would take all the sex I could get. Well,
Word.
James Law Jr., if it's from Lee Shin, you ain't wrong. I'm just gonna say that, okay? Because listen, I mean, they do have a lot, but if never mind, I keep forgetting my mom watches this show.
Hi, Mama Moore.
Hi. She's watching right now. I'm pretty sure in about 2 seconds she's going to text me. Listen, as old as I am, I feel like there are still things you cannot discuss when your mama's around. Even though I am grown, I still am 16-year-old Tony being like, can't tell that to my mama. But yeah, I wonder how, because already we know the secret that he's keeping is the fact that he made sure that this whole project of Dr. Ralph stayed alive. And then now that he's with Gabby, he's kind of like, nope, don't want Stefan to come back until I feel like I have a better grasp on Gabby. But now it makes me nervous because I'm like, do they always have to like can a couple just be a couple? Like, do we have to always have stuff? Like, can we just can we stop having people feeling threatened by people's past lovers? Salem is so small that everybody done did everybody at one point in time, and it's like you either just like make a full blown relationship or say, well, tried it.
Chicago's just down the street. There's other, there's people there too.
Well, they can't afford them.
Just say, okay.
They're limited to characters. Don't be trying to have them pick up people from Chicago.
Why not?
I don't know. Speaking of Dr. Rolf, how do we feel about this whole Stefan resurrection? First of all, I will agree with what you said earlier, Michael Mattis. This Dr. Rolf, to be honest, sometimes I can't tell the difference. I forget that William Ute is not there because he does look like William Ute just with the ponytail.
Yeah.
And he's given very 90s Dr. Rolf.
Yeah, Matt
Scientist.
Yeah.
But
this guy sold me on as Dr. Rolf. Yeah. I was sold on him as Dr.
I like him,
completely. And it's almost like he researched the character and was like, okay, I'm going to give the same essence, and he just went for it. So he has the same accent. They're still very but it's going to take a little time, Kristen, in order for me to make sure that everything is perfect like you need it to be. He still gives very that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I would make an amazing. Can you imagine me, Dr. Rolf? I should be Dr. Rolf for Halloween. Oh, that could be one of my Halloween things. I'm going to write that down. Dr. Rolf. Be Dr. Rolf for Halloween. When we do our Halloween episode and we have to do one of the characters, I'm going to do Dr. Rolf. Okay, anyway, sorry.
I kind of like it. I feel like I like Jake. I really like Jake, but I feel like they never really grounded his character. Or they never, I wouldn't say took him seriously, but he was just
bounced him around
and they bounced him around a lot. So I think with Stefan, maybe they're making a more definitive sort of choice, or we need this type of character back on the show and in this family dynamic. And yeah, so I'm first I was kind of we're getting rid of Jake and how what are we doing here? But I like the idea of bringing Stefan back, and also I'm guessing that we're gonna get a twist here with the idea that it's Jake's heart. So are we gonna get Stefan who wants Gabby but is maybe attracted to Ava, or there's memory loss, or I feel like there's a twist coming.
It's not a brain transplant, it's a heart transplant.
Yeah, but I
the
feel
heart wants what the heart wants.
Exactly. We're gonna get him drawn.
Well, that would be dumb because the heart has nothing to do with it. Science, people.
Shut up, Michael Matters. They're bringing people back from the dead. What do you
I know.
mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be
I
mad if they do that. If it was like a brain
Because Mellow
transplant, I
Swan
could
makes so much
buy
more
it. But
sense.
it's a heart transplant. It literally just pumps blood. It has no memories. It has no nothing. So if they were to do that and be like, oh, well, it's because he has Jake's heart, that would be a big fat eye roll from me. And I'd be like, no, mm-mm.
Well, I mean, Julie didn't start having a love for Gabby once she got uh, Stefan's heart. So
Exactly.
But didn't
That'd
we
be
get what's the name? When Brady got Daniels, that was the start of like Brady and Nicole again before it like erupted. But I felt like they did that with Brady and Nicole when
I
he
think
got
they tried to.
yeah.
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 Um, I will say I'm actually kind of, and especially how everything went so fast. I'm actually kind of sad that they got rid of Jake.
Hmm.
I thought Brandon did such an amazing job showing the difference between Stefan and Jake. And when he came in as Jake, he played him so well that like I forgot that he just last week was Stefan.
Yeah.
But there was a part of me that was like, if you're trying to right a wrong, um, I mean, why not just have Brandon play both? Like,
I
you know what I
know.
mean? Like why did we have to completely 100% kill
Mm-hmm.
off this character in order to bring back another character who's been gone for like years? I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
kudos, because Brandon still has a job,
Yeah.
but it's just kind of like, it's like taking an investment in a character and then someone being like, oh, nope, and then I think there maybe could have been room for both. I think, and I think it would have been fun to see them both on the canvas to see what they would have done.
Hmm.
Um,
Newsflash from RSLE, because Jake never landed anywhere.
he did. He landed with Gabby. He like went from Grease Monkey to like
Not long term. Like he was with Gwen, then he was with Kate, then he was with Gabby, then they were always on and off and never I felt like they didn't really know what to do with that character.
but it definitely wasn't due to lack of chemistry. Like I think,
No.
like
No.
Jake in all of those served a certain purpose for like each of those storylines.
Hmm.
So, any other breaking news, R. Sally?
Yes.
Um,
So I always preferred Brandon as I didn't mind him as Jake, but I did prefer Stefan. I thought he made a good Stefan. I thought when he took over that role, it was such a seamless transition.
mhm.
And then they introduced him and Gabby together, and that was really compelling and interesting. And then boom, they killed him off. But I'm not mad at what they did.
Yeah. It was
What,
like they're
what they're
retconning a retcon, like you said. Yeah.
yeah, retconning or retcon.
Yeah.
It will be interesting with Stefan walking around with Julie still alive with his original heart.
Hmm.
That'd be, I don't know.
Give my heart back, bitch.
It's so funny. He's been Jake for so long. I don't I remember him as Stefan, but I don't remember him as Stefan.
I remember him as Stefan. He was good. He was.
But like he wasn't on. He's played Jake longer than he did Stefan, so it's like
Mhm.
yeah, like that's how he cemented to me. Like yeah, I remember liking him as Stefan, but so it'd be interesting when to see him play that role again after playing Jake. And
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me see. I think was that pretty much it with that storyline.
Yeah.
Well, Gabby introduced Rafe to Lee.
yeah,
Hmm.
Yay.
and we see there's I like that she was sort of honest, where she was like, "We have fun, but it's not, we're sort of waiting."
Stefan will always be the love of my life.
Yeah.
Stefan
Yeah.
will always be the love of my life. Stefan will always
Yeah.
be the love. Stefan will always be the love of my life. Stefan will always be the love of my life.
Oh, you see
Stefan.
like how they casually brought it up the past 2 weeks. Stefan, yeah,
Right, because when they start bringing up people, like all of a sudden they pop up.
Hmm.
Stefan will always be the love of my life.
yeah.
Someone posted. I guess like this week was the week that like Gabby took one picture down and put her picture up in the Demera house, and it was that picture that we were like, that looks like very like high school Gabby.
Yeah.
So I got a little laugh out of that. Like she's like, yeah, much better. I'm like, girl, not that high school senior portrait.
Oh my God,
Dolores says, Tony, who is the love of Gabby's life? Stefan. Stefan is the love of Gabby's life. But anyway, all right, you guys. Let's move it right along to the next storyline, which is EJ. Michael Mass, you don't know how to spell Ava?
How'd I spell it?
EVA.
Oh,
You've done it
That's
before.
Eva. Who's that girl? Oh no, that's Eve.
Eve.
Sorry. EJ, Ava, Gwen, and Johnny. Who thinks it's weird that EJ offered to move Ava into the Demera mansion?
I think it's weird, but I feel like it's so he can keep an eye
There's
on
a
her.
reason.
Like, there's a like she has.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's this whole fake marriage thing going on. I think EJ probably has an idea that it ain't real, but he's playing along with. He's keeping his enemies close. Basically, he sees Ava as an enemy, keeping her close in the house. She has, what's his name? We were just talking about Jake's, Demira shares. So he probably wants them.
Yeah.
And is going to try to trap her in some way. Little does he know that little perverted Johnny is now.
Wait, why would you call Johnny perverted?
It was just a name. I'm not saying he's really perverted, but I mean he did get a glimpse of her, full Monty, and then he gave her a glimpse of his full Monty.
And they were both like,
nice.
I know they're both like, okay. I was kind of like I was going with it with the way they were just so openly flirtatious. It's a little odd. It's a little weird, but
because I was also like, Ava, girl, your husband died 24 hours ago.
Yeah.
Oh, your husband
died
24 hours ago, and you already lusting after Johnny, and Johnny's lusting after you. But although I love a good towel drop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not crazy about that. I part of me is like, oh, maybe like have them as friends or like allies, but I'm not on board with like the relationship or like the flirting. It's kind of like it's like keep Ava with I'm gonna say older people, but keep her there in that mix and not
so she can't be a cougar.
I feel like it just what it reminded me of. I felt like it was too close to like JJ
and Eve.
Yeah, it was giving me that where it was like.
But shoot, I didn't mind that either, especially when Jennifer caught them and Jennifer had that moment. Ooh. I said, no, my favorite still and will always be when Paige found out.
Yeah.
And she had like dropped the cake or did something with the cake, and JJ was like, Paige, why'd you do that? What? And she was just like, and just like slapped him, and then it cut to Kayla, and she was like,
yeah, I just think it's too close to that where I'm like, I like their chemistry together. I'm just not feeling it. I just don't want it to be romantic.
I'm here for it.
They're just not romantic.
Okay, so show of hands, if you are here for Ava and Johnny, and also in the comments as well, say yes. You're here for Ava and Johnny, and us in here, we can just raise our hand. If you are not for Ava and Johnny, Justin, raise your hand.
Not romantically. I like them together as partners or scheming, but not romantically.
I think there would be something very interesting about that pair. Only because I feel like there's that Vitali in Ava that she's trying not to fully commit to, but is there when need be. And I feel like Johnny's a Demera. And so there's that when he needs to. So I feel like they can sit around, eat some like rigatoni or whatever it is that Ava whips up, and like talk about how to take over Salem or how to produce a movie.
Okay.
I don't know. I'll be interested to see how it blossoms.
Yeah. But I part of me really likes Ava in the Demera Mansion in that mix, and
Mhm.
Oh, also love the shout out or the shout out when she was like, I've lived here before when she was with John back in the day.
Oh
So I
Mhm.
love
yeah.
that little reminder of history.
I do like when they do that because it probably is poor writers. It probably is also important because if they had that line, one fan would have been like,
She's already lived there. Yeah, let me tell you.
"Nope,
He moved in.
Ava lived there back in this
Yeah.
was
I
the
can see the
storyline."
tweet now. I can see the tweet now. If Ron was doing his job, he would have known that Ava would have lived at the Demira mansion.
Meanwhile, here we
That's how I
are, like
retweet. That's how I read
looking things
tweets.
up. Like, wait, did she live in the Demare
Yeah,
Mansion? Like, when that happened?
that's back
I
when.
must
Was
have.
that
I
Yeah,
must
written
have.
down?
I missed the whole Robo John storyline.
yeah,
So
that was when he
I
was
don't
like
remember that.
Ryan Demira, and yeah.
The
Oh,
other reason that Ava might be going after Johnny is to stick it in some way to Allie because they had their little
I love that
thing. Like
scene.
she's like, okay, I'm gonna fuck your brother. You know?
you know what, Michael Matters? You get real
I
comfortable since we left AfterBuzz. you get real
Sorry.
comfortable. ever since we
You
left,
can
Michael
swear
Matters
now.
just a little bit more, just just comfortable. I don't
Mhm.
mind. I just want to point that out. Just
As
get
long as we
That,
don't get, as soon as we get dinged by YouTube, I'll stop. I promise.
ding.
You
now
ain't
that you
YouTube.
mention that, Michael, I love that scene between those two, and I actually
Yeah.
love the way Allie handled it. I feel like they never
Mhm.
before they would have either
She
had
had
her
such a
look
backbone in
away.
that.
Yeah, she was like, "This is the deal. Like, you're Henry's grandmother, but I will check you," or like, "Don't
Ooh,
start,"
Mhm.
I
which
love
is
when
such
she
an
did that
appropriate response. Yeah,
because she basically was like, respectfully,
yeah,
you don't want to cross me,
yeah,
and I'm gonna tell you why.
yeah.
I'm trying to keep it cute with you, but you cross that line, ho, and you will not see your grandson. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. And she
Allie's
said
like,
it all with a smile.
I'm done bling for the trip stuff. Like, we've moved on. Like,
Yeah,
nice to see you. I'll bring Henry by, but don't try it.
to try one more again,
Yeah.
and you won't see Henry.
Yeah.
Try
And
me, Ava.
Ava respected it too. She was like, okay, I see
Yeah.
you.
She's
Yeah.
like, all right, I see you. But look, it's like Allie's like, listen, don't sleep on me. Because
Yeah.
just like when she told Johnny um, that she'll go full on Brady on him,
Yeah.
I was
Mhm.
like, now granted, I didn't know what that meant because I'm like,
You
which
know,
Brady?
it's like,
Because
well,
like,
listen,
are we talking about Hope Brady? Are we talking about Bo
Sammy.
Brady? Are we
We're
talking
talking
about
about
Carolyn
Sammy.
Brady? We talking about Sammy Brady? Like which Brady? Lucas? Well, he is not a Brady. But I'm just saying, where are we going? Because when someone says I'm gonna go full on Demara for you, I'm like, you either about to get kidnapped or have a twin.
Yeah. Yeah.
But good for Allie for like
Yeah.
just standing her ground
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
also just kind of letting her know like, hey, listen, that was a time in my life where yes, I was battling some stuff and I feel very bad for Trip. He understands, but hey, you know what? Side note, and this is going to sound really bad since we like discuss the show every week, but Lucas Adams is gone. Like
Yeah.
Trip is gone.
I
Yeah.
know. I know.
For some reason, I feel like it just happened, and like there was no thing about you know what I mean. Like
It
when
wasn't. They didn't. They didn't make it like a big goodbye. I don't think, but there was a departure. I remember watching it. I remember
But
seeing it.
But see,
And the,
but you know where I'm getting at, right?
yeah.
Like when Sal and Lamone left, there was like a goodbye exit and stuff like that. When Victoria left, and there was like I feel like there was a thing, but it's almost like Lucas just they were just like, all right, this is your last day. He was like, all right, and then like he grabbed like a pen and his book bag and just like left,
I
and
feel
no
like it was
one.
more than that. There was more of a.
I,
There was more of a departure than that. It wasn't as grandiose as like Ben and Sierra, but there was like a he. I feel like he. I feel like I remember him saying goodbye to Ava, not Eva, Ava. Um, I feel like I remember him saying goodbye to Steve and Kayla. Um, Maybe that was it. I don't know if he said goodbye to anyone else.
part of me thinks this is purposeful because remember, right after he left, he immediately was on Beyond Salem. And I feel like with this one, it's a little bit of like, let's put you on ice for a minute. I feel like that's what they're doing with him.
Put him on pause, like Dorinda.
We may see him again soon. Because I agree with you, Tony. There wasn't a ton of fanfare for his character.
Yeah,
what he represented.
Well, and then they do that. Ron does this with characters. They're on the canvas for a while. They leave. He did it with Rafe. Tried to do it with Hope, but done it with several characters. Kristen, for instance, they're gone for a while and then they come back. So, and there was kind of the setup in the last episode of Beyond Salem for Stephanie to come, and then who knows what's going to happen with the Shin's sister. Can't remember her name. No, with Trip and Shin. There's just there's ways Wendy. They could easily Wendy. There's ways they could easily bring Trip back into the Salem fold.
Yeah, so. and I guess maybe it wasn't until this week that I was like, oh, did he leave? Because I guess I just kept expecting him just to like come back.
Yeah.
Lucas Adams, if you're watching for any reason, my apologies for not fully knowing that you had left and that we didn't bring him on just to like talk about. I'm sorry, Lucas.
Well, I thought we would get him for Beyond Salem because it sort of led into that, and then there was I feel like it's an open door thing with him. I feel like
absolutely
him soon. Yeah,
maybe he just needed a moment to just like chill a bit, plan his wedding. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, Ava and Gwen.
Mm-hmm.
I will never understand for the life of me why anyone will talk in the middle of a living room about this. Like you always,
especially that house with so many people in there.
Because as soon
as there's microphones and cameras in there.
Yeah, like it's almost like as soon as it was said, EJ comes in, and they think like, oh, like maybe he didn't say anything, and then all of a sudden it's like, I'm going to go shower, set up the table, and then you can tell me that secret that Ava's supposed to keep for you.
Yeah. There was a while there where they were doing that thing where they would shut the doors to the living room, but I feel like they just abandoned that. And like whatever, we're just going to keep them open all the time.
Yeah. But I'm wondering how. But now I'm just I don't know if I'm just not paying attention sometimes. I didn't know that Ava helped Gwen escape.
Yeah.
We may have been told that before, but I forgot it until this week.
Until this week.
Yeah,
and so I'm like,
it was a reminder.
I want to be like, well, Gwen, something seems very suspicious in the, I guess I'll open the case of who had done killed Abigail. But it somehow centers around Leo, Gwen, and Ava.
Mm-hmm. And there's got to be something to Ava being in Abigail's room. Like EJ put her in Abigail's room for a reason,
which I thought was really creepy. I was like,
if I was creepy, her, but is there a reason? Like, is there a reason that we're just not aware of yet? And I don't know how you would connect those dots. But I was like, there's got to be a reason that, and it can't just be that the set was up, so we didn't want to build another set, have another set. We just put her in. I
mean, y'all could have hung up some different pictures, rearranged some to the left, to the right. Something.
Exactly.
No, I thought he put her in there to unnerve her, to like throw her off her game, kind of a thing.
Oh,
that's what my thing. Because that happened before he knew about Gwen and Ava hiding something. I feel like if it happened after, maybe he was suspicious, but I think that happened before. So I think he's just trying to do that to unnerve her by putting her in that specific room.
Look. What was that?
Tony, we were trying to be
inconspicuous. It was a door.
Yeah. You were looking down when it happened. You'll see.
Girl, I thought Abigail was after you, honey. I said, "Oh no!" I said, "Are you in Abigail's room at the Demira Mansion?" That was just.
You'll see it on the replay what happened, but you were looking away.
That was time too perfect though. Like all of a sudden, I was about to end this. Thank you so much for watching Dishin Days.
Oh my god, that was funny.
No, I feel like that. It could be, or unless EJ knows something and he's keeping it. I don't know.
Good.
I just felt like it was intentional and not just, oh, it's the available room. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. I think
it could be nothing. It could end up being absolutely nothing, but
I kind of like this trio too, though. I've always liked Ava and Gwen, or we've always liked Ava and Gwen, but throwing EJ in there, like we know what his motive is for Ava, but he's also, I don't know, maybe Gwen can get in that mix somehow. I don't know. I think I like this sort of trio of them three together.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Maybe like EJ will try and turn some things around. Maybe it's we're all help each other kind of a thing and get.
I just love how his shit ass attitude about the whole thing, because he was like, they're keeping something big, and he was like, I'll just let you, and then we'll talk about that secret you guys have. Yeah. And then he like walks away with that smile, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's.
It was a very Jan Brady walk.
Yeah, exactly.
Very that. I felt the ponytail swinging. All right. Well, that's pretty much it with that storyline, right? I feel like we're gonna see how it all unfolds. Everyone is talking about how EJ treated Chad, and I mean, listen. At the end of the day, I still don't understand why anyone in Salem gets mad for someone doing something to them, knowing full well that they've probably done something too.
Done the same thing. There's hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Hypocrisy is rampant.
Welcome to Salem, where hypocrisy is rampant.
The hypocrisy city.
On the side, the billboard when you come in.
Yeah, the entrance to Salem.
Oh, I wonder, okay, side note, picture it. You're driving along. You're just regular Michael Mattis, regular Justin Hareld. I'm regular Tony Moore. And you're doing a cross-country trip, and you're heading into the town of Salem.
Mm-hmm.
What do you picture as the sign for, welcome to Salem?
Oh.
A paternity test and a bride and groom thing that's broken.
I just see welcome to Salem, not Mela Swan.
For some reason, I just pictured the Kate and Sammy photo.
Oh,
that's a good one.
Or something about possession. Yeah,
It's being like, welcome to Salem.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Can you? You know what? This will be great. For all those who are listening or watching, tweet us and let us know, what would the sign look like if you were entering Salem? I'm curious what everyone else would think. Like if someone would put the devil yellow eyes looking at you, or being like, "You sure you want to come to Salem?
You sure about that?
You sure about that?"
Numerous ideas, yeah.
It's not too late to turn around.
Right.
Salem. It's not too late to turn around.
Salem. Tweet us and let us know. I'm curious. I'll if you tweet us, I'll spend some time tomorrow retweeting your response.
Welcome to Salem. No, Christian Alfonso is not here.
Welcome to Salem. The role of you will be played by them. Interesting. All right. So moving right along, we've got our next storyline with Chad, Sunny, Jennifer, Thomas, Leo, Clyde, Nancy, Chloe, Brady, Sean, Jada, and Ray.
Just a whole bunch of people.
There's a whole lot of people.
Ooh, hello, 189 people live watching.
Right. Thank you, 189 people watching. They're either here for Jada and wondering why she ain't on yet,
or they're here for us.
Either way, we'll take it. Yes.
Right. Oh man, I already forgot how I said her name.
Elia
Cantu. That's it. There you go. Elia Cantu. I feel like, and then while she comes on and she's like, "That's wrong."
I know.
So it's like Dan Furigal all over again.
At least how long it took us to get that. I mean,
say what?
I said, look how long it took us to get that, and we still paused before. At least me. I was like, it's a little before you say it.
Oh, she's Elia Cantu is already in our chat.
The lady herself is watching. She's like, I want to see what these bitches do.
Listen, I
before
told
go
you guys she
on.
watches our show. I knew
It's
she
like-
watched our
You're
show.
gonna
It's like,
text me
listen.
like, I'm sick. Sorry.
Listen,
gonna
before
cancel
I
it.
I don't want to
sign
be part of
on,
this.
before I sign on, let me see what these gaggle gals are talking about.
No, she honestly, she really does watch our show and likes it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're
Yeah.
safe. Yeah.
She's
That's
she's
like
a
it.
doll. Like
Yeah.
I can't I really honestly can't wait for you
yes.
guys to be introduced to her properly
Mhm.
as Elia Cantu. So I love it. She's a big ball of energy,
Yeah.
and you guys are gonna love her. So I can't wait. I cannot wait. But just in time because we finna talk about you, girl.
Yeah.
But before we talk about that, Billy Flynn playing drunk made me go, I would love to
Yeah.
see Chad, Bonnie, Marlena, and Sarah in a room together, drinking, maybe with some donuts,
Oh, the donuts. Yeah, that's
having Cheetos and just dancing around and like, oh no, Bonnie and Hattie. Bonnie and Hattie. Where you going, Michael Madison?
I was closing my door.
the door that squeaked open.
Oh.
That alarmed you.
The one that I thought was Abigail walking through. Yeah. I thought Billy Flynn played drunk very well. The stuff that he was doing at the bar, I thought was that this week?
Yeah, when he
The stuff-
crawled
No, it was
across
last
the
week.
top of that bar,
That was
that
last
had me
week.
died. Was it?
It was last week.
Okay.
Well, fine.
We
we'll
saw The
mention
Hangover
something.
this week.
The Hangover this week, but last week with him playing drunk was hilarious. And I love the way that they keep building their relationship with each other with Chad and Sonny.
Mhm.
Question about that.
Yes.
We've talked a little bit before about, the way Sonny was going after Leo and how it could be some misplaced feelings
Yeah.
for Leo.
Mm-hmm. You think Sonny got a crush on Chad?
Oh no, they've always been like that though.
They've had that history, but it just seems like there was a moment when Chad left or something, and he was like going overboard trying to get him a job, thought it would be fun. Like they worked together before, so
Yeah.
I can see that it could just be like a friend being there for a friend, but there's got to be something else that Sonny is doing other than the work stuff, and I'm just wondering if it's gonna lead to something else for Sonny.
Oh, I just felt like they were leaning into their friendship more, just because they have Sonny around now more, and also they a lot of times Billy was with Abigail, and those were his scenes. He really doesn't have much friendship scenes unless we bring in
True.
Billy and Sonny. They're visiting kind of a thing. So I felt like they're able to lean into that,
Okay.
just because Sonny's there. But yeah, that's how I saw it.
But poor Chad, I feel like every week there's a new suspect that he has to go investigate.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, poor thing. Like no wonder he got drunk. And then kudos to Carrie Christopher, who plays Thomas DeMera.
Oh,
Because
Yeah,
the way
solid.
that like the way that he so young has been portraying Thomas and like such a pivotal moment in a child's life with the loss of a parent.
Yeah.
And the way that he's playing this role is like, it's like, well, what adult acting school did you go to?
I know, right? Yeah.
Because you're like killing it. Like even the moments that like in my mind, I don't know if you guys do this, but like in my mind, I'm like, okay, this is how he should respond because like he's a kid, and he does it, and I'm like,
It's very authentic.
Yeah.
I'm like, kudos to you. And it seems very natural. Like it doesn't seem like he's looking off to like his mom or someone being like, okay, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Like I feel like
Mm-hmm.
trained, like really knows like what he's doing.
Yeah.
Did anyone else just notice our names went away?
No.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe they'll come back.
Yeah.
Oh,
They go away when the
okay.
comments are up. I never
Oh,
noticed
that's
that
what.
either.
Oh, that's what happens. Okay.
Tony, stop! You're getting freaked out over everything.
Listen, my mama always said, "Pay attention to your surroundings," and so that's what.
Good advice.
No, I agree with Thomas. They're not playing him like a precocious little kid. Like sometimes these younger actors come in and you're just like, I don't like when they're like, oh, they're like an adult. It's like, no, like they're a kid. Like let them be a kid and let them portray being a kid. So I think they're taking their time with him, and they're also like letting his scenes with Billy like breathe. It's not like him say something and then he comes in immediately. It's like letting him like think about it and be retrospective like little children do. So yeah, I really like the way they're.
I wonder what it was for how it was for Carrie and Billy to do the scene where like Chad basically yelled at Thomas, because I was like, whew, because I was like, I feel the grief from Chad, and it's such misdirect anger towards his son, and Thomas just being like, I know he didn't just yell at me, and just like storming off. Like that moment was like, whew. And I thought in that moment, I was like, what was that moment like for Billy Flynn to make that choice to like, I'm really just gonna like, and what conversation was maybe talked about beforehand, like, hey, like this is how I'm acting, but this is how I'm gonna respond, and like that was an interesting moment. But now it seems like Thomas is like the reason for movement in the Abigail murder, because not only did he lose his tooth, which he yanked out at the table, but he pointed out the tooth. First of all, when is the going rate for a tooth $50?
$50? It was $1.
That's like Demira.
I'm about to yank out some teeth right now if it's 50. I don't need a couple of these back ones. Okay. Actually, I probably do need the back ones. Actually, the front ones too. Maybe I won't yank out my teeth.
Listen, when I got my wisdom teeth pulled, I would have said, hand me them teeth. I'm put these under my
pillow
for
$200.
Yeah,
$200.
Wait, no. Yeah, that's
I got a Percocet prescription.
Yeah,
it's like Percocet. What is it? The
Vicodin.
The pain Vicodin. That's it.
Like, okay, yeah, I don't.
That's all I got from mine.
I don't know nothing but ibuprofen and Tylenol. But yeah, but I was like, okay, but Thomas has now pointed out that Leo. So now Leo has been brought to light not only by Thomas but also by Clyde.
Yeah. When he threw that drink, though, you queen. I was.
I know.
I have to admit, it was funny. The way he ran,
the way he ran off, I was like, it's the gayest thing I've seen on this show. We've seen some gay stuff, but it was funny.
I was like, typical Leo. I had to laugh though. That was
yeah. I like his Luke.
He's good for a quick.
Yeah.
And a flare as he exits. But I mean, but that wasn't the only thing. And
the drink is going to be my gift.
Whenever they referred to the tooth fairy, but they left out the tooth part, and they were like,
"Yeah, right, I know." Right?
I was like,
"It's almost
yeah."
It's one of those where it's like, close. You're toeing the line."
But I kind of giggled at it.
Yeah,
just a little giggle though.
Yeah.
But Leo really topped himself, thinking that he was going to go get a job at Basic Black with his lookbook.
I felt like at the end there, they almost hired him. I felt like they were.
I thought so too.
Yeah, I thought they were going to hire him. Actually,
I thought that because when he put the lookbook down, they were like, "Oh, whatever," and then they picked it up. I thought for a second they were like,
"Oh, they're going to be like, oh,
some talent, maybe we could channel this."
Yeah, but
then at least be like, let's use him to run interference for Kristen or something, or
make him Kristen's assistant.
But I was like, Basic Black is about to be too much. Like, you got Kristen, then you have Leo. It's like, what kind of hostile
too much for that one office?
Yeah, but you know what?
Second set.
Side note, I also had this thought of If I were a shareholder in Demerit Enterprises, like at what point are you just gonna pull out and be like, y'all too much? Like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Invest in the Brady pub or something. You're like, at least you know your money is safe. Like,
Okay.
Roman ain't going nowhere anytime soon. That Chowder is a hit maker.
What do we think about Nancy and Clyde?
I still like them together. I don't know why, but I do. It's something about it. She's like his conscience, I guess, in a way, or she's bringing out the good and keeping him, even though, like, yeah, he did try to whatever fence the stolen goods.
Yeah.
I like that he clean. I like that he came clean about it.
Yeah.
He came clean about it, and she's the one that like he came clean about it to her, and then she convinced him when she found out that it was Leo. She was like a kid in a candy store, which kind of cracked me up. She was like, "Your weasel is my weasel," and I don't know. I feel at first I was like, "No, Nancy, not Clyde," but now Clyde has we've seen this part of Clyde for a while now, and I'm like, I think I'm on board with it.
I don't know.
As long as he doesn't pull any other BS, as long as he stays on,
When he was like, all right, now look, Nancy, I'm going to tell you this because I want to be completely honest. Now, he came to me and I told him I would fence it for him. And I was just like, and I felt like Chloe, where I was like, Nancy, do you not see?
Yeah.
No.
Mhm.
And even when Nancy was like, now, Chloe,
I know.
I'm like, oh, here she goes. She's going to believe it. But like, in the end, she got him to go to the police station.
Mm-hmm. They actually all did. They actually, once they figured out it was Leo, they were kind of all on board with it. Like, maybe they'll go easy on you if you confess, like they were kind of almost on his side about it.
Yeah.
They now had a common enemy. But yeah, with Clyde and Nancy, I'm still on board with it. I think I like the way they interact with each other.
Yeah, I like them. I'm worried about, though. I mean, is Clyde gonna really sort of toe the straight and narrow, or are we gonna get like him pulling Nancy down, or it's a weird place to take a character. Just have him paired up with someone who's not above scheming and stuff like that in the past, but we've seen that's not really part of who Nancy is now. So I'm not sure how this is gonna go, but I like them together.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to tidbits. But before we do, just a quick reminder for you guys to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Since you're right here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also, click the bell notification. And also, share all of our social medias and stuff with other fellow Days of Our Lives fans. So that way, every Sunday, we can all come in and chit chat about what happened during the week. You can follow us on social media, Dishin Days Show on Facebook, Dishin Days on Instagram, and _Dishin Days on Twitter. And also, find us on your favorite podcast station, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, just to name a few. And of course, buy the merch. People, buy a shirt. And once you do, take a photo. I'll tweet it out. These announcements brought to you by the fine folks here at Dishin Days. All right, let's and then of course coming up in just a few minutes we have Elia Cantu coming on. She is the newest detective and Salem resident, so we're going to be getting to know her, and yeah, I know you guys are going to love her even more. She has an amazing personality.
She did not turn around on her trip into Salem.
She did not.
She saw the billboard and was like, I can handle it. It's fine.
Yeah. It's like, these people will be fine. All right. So into tidbits, we have Eric, Jada, Sean, Belle, Rafe, and Nicole. All right. Poll time. Do we like Jada and Eric or Jada and Sean? Because let me tell you.
That's a tough one.
Let me tell you. Jada had chemistry with both of them. And listen, we all know Greg Bond got that whip appeal.
Got that what?
Whip appeal. Babyface sung about it in the 90s.
Yeah.
Whip appeal.
Yeah, it's look like up the song later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like he got it going on kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So
Urban
I know
Dictionary that really quick.
it's very close. Because there were okay. Because I mean, obviously, she went after Eric and asked him out,
Mhm.
making Nicole jealous, making Nicole think, oh, they upstairs just doing it.
Mhm.
But then there was a moment of like with her and Sean that made Belle be like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
okay, hi girl,
Yeah.
how are
Am I
you?
interrupting
You
something?
know,
And I appreciate that Jada knows what kind of potential mess she's getting
Yeah.
into by, you know, first of all, going into a dating thing with Eric, living in the same place as Eric, while working with his brother-in-law, who's kind of on the rocks with Belle, his sister. See, I'm losing track of who, but
Yeah.
she was just like, yeah, she's like, I can handle it. I'm like, okay. Because a lot of people would be like, don't know about this. It's just
yeah,
very incestuous. But I'm for Jada and Eric. I think they have a good chemistry together, and the setup was pretty organic. And
yeah,
it's nice to see Eric slash Greg interacting with someone new,
Yeah.
other than like the same. It's been Eric and Roman, Eric and Marlena, Eric and Nicole, and yeah, I think it's fresh, it's new, and I'm here for the ride. But yeah, I
Justin.
Yeah.
can also see chemistry with Sean, but I'm kind of
No,
wanting
you
Sean
already
and
made your decision.
what?
You said Jada and Eric.
I said Jada and Eric, but I can see how
Da, 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 da.
they could explore something with.
You gotta pick one,
Okay, fine, Jada and Eric. Jeez,
Justin.
Justin, how about you?
Uh,
Don't be trying. You first of all, you're gonna do an impersonation of me. Add some flair to it.
I don't have it in me.
See, Justin.
I'm leaning more towards Jada and Eric. Um, I like the chemistry with Jada and Sean. But I think it's too honestly it's too much of early Lonnie for me with Jada and Sean having them together.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
True.
When Lonnie first got yeah,
Yeah.
I'm leaning more towards Jada and Eric only because I'm like let's let Sean and Belle heal.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
Let's let them heal. Let's let Jada and Sean just be fantastic partners, solving crimes. Very
Yeah.
Kim Possible. All that kind of stuff. And then just let her work with Eric and see what kind of blessings she can get. Amen.
Oh.
Um, but I mean, yeah. Well, I feel like we just covered it all. Like that was it.
I mean, I wouldn't mind throwing other people into that mix, though. I mean, if these are the only choices, but yeah, I wouldn't mind. I don't know. There's other people floating around out there that could be.
I think this is a good start.
Yeah, yeah.
This is a good start. Um, Allie. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and combine these last two tidbits.
Okay.
Um, Allie, Chanel, Alex, Johnny, and then Alex and Sonny. First of all, let me just say this.
Mhm.
I was a little worried about Robert Scott Wilson coming back so soon as another character.
hmm
But I actually like him as Alex.
I do too.
There's this Casanova, Rico Suave, like Maggie, how long were you going to stay in the room
I
while
know.
this woman
Get out the room.
had just like it should have been like but like just the way that he is, I'm just like okay. And to be honest, and this is no shade towards Robert Scott Wilson, when you look at Robert Scott Wilson, if you don't know Robert Scott Wilson, you automatically think that he's this type of person.
Yeah.
So it works.
Yeah.
And especially him last week in that blue suit
hmm
in the
Okay, so
glasses.
I'm on board with it. They need to cut the BS with, oh, he looks familiar. Oh, I think I know him from so. I'm like, no, if we're going to do this, you can't acknowledge the fact that it's happening. Like,
I know you hate that.
stop
Yeah.
it. I hate it. I hate it because you're trying to sell this person, this actor, as a new character, yet you're openly alluding to, oh, hey, this actor played this other character just 5 weeks ago. And it's like, no, you can't do that. I know it's cheeky. I know it's fun. Other people enjoy it. I just think it's dumb, and it takes away from the fact that he's actually someone new. You know what I mean?
One reference is enough, and then let it be.
And they already did that. They did that 3 or 2 weeks ago when he first came on.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, now he's someone new.
Yeah.
And my only thing is like his reactions sometimes are just so like he's so animated. I'm like, just take it down a touch.
Yeah.
And then I'd be 100% sold. But I am sold. I am sold because and it's nice to see Robert Scott Wilson interacting with actors on the show that he's never or very minimally interacted with before. Because it was Ben and Sierra for how many years, and so it is nice. It is nice to see Rob, flexing his acting muscles in a little bit different of a way he has been for the past couple years, and he has chemistry with pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's good to see him play someone drama-free and not like carry that weight when he walks into a room.
You think Alex is about to be drama-free?
Well, not a different kind of drama. I feel like the stuff we're getting is lighter than playing a serial killer who half the town hates, or fans are always questioning why he's there. I think that's different.
He's a killer.
Exactly. He's not dealing with that as Alex.
So. He killed. No. Yeah, and I liked the whole flirting with Chanel, and then realizing that she was in a relationship with Allie, and then him being even more intrigued by that and being like, "I'll take you both out." For some reason, I was like, "Can I go too?
Can I get in on this?" Yeah.
Okay.
Four's a crowd, Tony.
Okay. But I like it. But I do also hope now that Johnny drops the whole Chanel thing, because I feel like that's getting old and tired.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just that. All right. And that was our week of days. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, which are our segments. And coming up very shortly, we will have our special guest, the newest Salem resident, coming in to give us more tidbits about her. Ms. Elia Cantu. I feel like I'm just stuck on pronouncing that way. I feel like I hope it's right, because if not,
every time I see Camila Banus, I'm always like, Camila Banus.
Yeah.
And she's always like, oh hi. Even in her head, she's probably like, oh god, this guy.
God, here we go. But all right, we're gonna kick it off with our segments, and we're gonna start with mine, which is Tony's official 3 Snaps Award.
Oh snap!
All right, so listen.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
I had to give it to someone who is absolutely slaying this week. And that's Carrie Christopher as Thomas DeMera.
I love that screenshot.
Listen,
Yeah.
This little boy,
Mm-hmm.
he done been here before. That's how well he acts. Mm-hmm. And the fact that he gets it, he has had a bunch of dialogue and he is on it. I feel like he's done it. He's like, I'll be in my trailer ready for my next scene. Like, that's how good he's been. So, Carrie Christopher, Thomas DeMera, you get Tony's official 3 Snaps Award.
Oh, snap!
All right. Giving us the Lauren Boyles feels again. Because I used to love when they give her lines. I was like, you better.
Yeah.
He's like, only when Billy's ready.
Right. Now, granted, speaking of Billy, Chad's nipples were a very close runner-up for the 3 Snaps Award for Thursday's episode. I don't know who put him in that shirt, but thank you. And that studio must have been cold.
Yes.
So
that was like, he turned around and was like, oh, okay. We're back.
He turned around and was like, pew, pew,
yeah.
pew, pew, pew.
Watch out, Katie, get poked in the eye.
All right. And now it's time for
Caption that.
It's so long. Never realized how long it was. Anyway, this week's Caption That Photo comes courtesy of Leo and Chad in Horton Town Square. And this week's caption goes to Pam AMC on Twitter with her caption, "Why are you wearing Kate's pantsuit?"
Oh,
I thought that was cute.
that does
Because
look
it does
something
look like
Lauren.
it's a very Lauren Koslow Kate
It is.
dressing. So
It is very much that.
That's the best one.
Congrats on the caption.
And that was
Funny.
Caption That. And now it's time for
Those were the days.
who produces this silly show?
This week I'm taking you guys back to August 9th, 2012, where we had the one night stand that has had many repercussions between Will and Gabby. This is the one night stand that actually produced Ariana Grace. This was Will struggling with his sexuality and deciding to give it one more go, so to speak, and it resulted in him being
not give it one more go.
One more go. Yeah. I don't know about y'all, but I never gave it a first go. So that's just me though.
Okay. Yeah, so that was. Why do we need that?
What?
August 9th, 2012.
All right, and we do not have It's a Gift because Araceli is in quarantine. But I think she said the drink thrown in the face would have been the It's a Gift.
Mhm.
But there's that. But now it is time for some quick news and gossip.
Yes, starting off of the echo around the world, we know the Days is moving to Peacock on Monday, September 12th. You can catch it on Peacock there. It is on their $5 tier, which you will have to pay to continue to watch it. Yes, it's moving to Peacock. We don't sort of know what's going on. Things are, we'd like to think that things are moving forward in a positive direction, that this is a good move. We have not gotten a real official word or explanation from people behind the scenes, but we are hoping that will come soon. But I think a lot of us here are in agreement that this may be a really good move, and we are cautiously optimistic, and we are fingers crossed that this is a good move for Days and a good move for fans and a good move to keeping the show on for longer than it would have been.
I'm sure it is. And y'all listen, I like when this came out, everybody was already like, oh, that's it. I'm not watching Days no more. Y'all, get your grandson or your next door neighbor to sign you up for $4.99. And if you still got cable, I think there's a deal where you can get it for a year for free. But don't give up on Days just because it's moving to Peacock. Like, let's celebrate it. If you're a fan of it, then be a fan of it now. Just move with the times, y'all, and it'll be fine. Michael Mattis watched Days of Our Lives on Peacock this past weekend.
Yeah.
And he's still here to talk about it.
I live to tell about it.
So there you go. Well, don't give up on your show, people. It'll be fine. Yes, we know you used to watch it for free, but now you got to pay $4.99 and live your entire life.
Yes. But you get so much more too.
It's
a great library and some great new stuff on it. Some great original shows and old stuff. So now, and then they keep saying they're going to have old episodes of Days on there too, but that's not been confirmed by anybody.
It has not been confirmed.
Yes.
But it will probably cost them a lot. I hope they do, because let me tell you, the first thing that I would watch. The first thing I will watch is the first episode, Marlena's Possession, the first one. Oh man, there was something else that I wanted to watch too. I don't forget, but I'll tweet about it.
I would watch the Kristen Elvis wedding.
Oh, that, yes. Yeah. The introduction of Susan Banks.
So far they've committed to doing the past few seasons, which is what they've been doing so far on Peacock. I think that may be another way. If they did, I think it'd be a great way to entice people to get on Peacock and watch and stick with Days of Our Lives, offering their complete library. If anyone from Peacock is listening, I think that'd be a great way to go. But I don't know, maybe they're waiting to see who signs up and what their numbers are, and maybe they will do that. So and now more than ever, Days of Our Lives, I think, needs your support. So if you are able, please sign up for it. I think you'll find, if you're able with the expense, that you'll find that it'll be worth it. Yeah. Moving on, we have another entry in Days' YouTube channel. This one is titled Stefan Returns, and it is a little sit-down question and answer between Brandon Barrage and Dan Furigal. And they're just talking about Stefan and the difference between him and Jake, and Brandon's take on his past loves as Stefan and Jake. They also hint at some new storylines coming up between them and also what's in store for Stefan coming up. So go check it out. These guys are hilarious and funny, and putting them together is just a win. It's about an 8-minute long kind of clip back and forth between them. Go check it out. It's funny, and you'll get a little more insight to what to expect with Stefan coming up. Next up, we have some casting. Congratulations go out to friend of the show, Molly Burnett, who played Melanie Jonas. She has been cast as the new detective on Law and Order SVU. So big congratulations to Molly Burnett. Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
And if you've been watching her the last few years, she's just been climbing. She was on, God, I'm forgetting the name of the show, Queen of the South. It's Queen of the South, yes. She had a prominent role on that. And so, yeah. So yeah, will be hitting prime time this new season on Law & Order SVU. So go check her out there. Next up, unfortunately, we have some really sad news. Condolences. We want to say rest in peace and condolences and prayers to Anne Heche's family and friends. If you didn't know, she passed away, I believe it was Friday officially. She had a car crash last week in Mar Vista here in LA, and unfortunate car crash where she was burned and severely injured and was put into a coma. And unfortunately, she passed earlier a few days ago, this past week. And just I don't know if you're a fan of Anne Heche, I don't know how old you are, but Anne Heche for a while there was the biggest thing going. She's a tremendous, incredible actress, and she has a history with the soap world. If you didn't know, she was on Another World. She played Vicky and Marley in the 80s. She won an Emmy. And for those that don't know, she was basically the prototype that other actors looked to when they were cast into roles. She was like the gold standard of how to play twins or how to play a dual role on a soap opera. And when she came around in the 80s, she did it on Another World and sort of elevated that sort of storyline. And just, I mean, Anne Heche is just an amazing actress and kooky person. And Tony, I know you know her. You got to know her a little bit this past year. You interviewed her and had a great interview with her. So
I did. Yeah, I interviewed her during the quarantine right after she appeared on Dancing with the Stars. And she was just a delight. It was super fun to like sit with her and kiki with her. And she just had such a fun, she was like that. She's like that auntie that comes to the barbecue and she's going to have on something interesting and she's going to bring just this fun energy. And that's what she was. So rest in peace, Anne, and condolences to her 2 boys and her family.
Yeah. So moving on, we have some new entries for Spectrum celebrity events. There are Q&As and meet and greets. We have Colton Little, who we chatted with for Beyond Salem. His one is going to be Saturday, September 17th, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. And then we have old friend of ours, Mr. Freddie Smith. His will be Saturday, September 10th, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can go to Spectrum Celebrity Events to get your tickets.
Yes. All right. And that was your news and gossip. And we should save the promo for after we bring on our guests. So now it is time to bring on our very special guest. You know her as the newest detective in the Salem PD. She has already come in and got right to work. She has been solving mysteries and solving crimes, shooting people, like getting the city together. Please help me welcome, y'all know her as Jada Hunter, but we know her as Elia Cantu.
Hey!
First of all, I'm saying your name right?
You are actually, because it is Spanish, so you were on to something.
Elia Cantu. I knew it. You gotta put some spice up in it.
You do, yeah. Because I'm of actually Black and Mexican descent. A lot of people don't know that, but I am. So thank you for acknowledging that.
Listen, look, when I met you, I was like, she got a little spice in her. I gotta spice it up a little bit. Well, welcome to our wonderful little show here. You are in for a great experience. And welcome to Salem. Like, first of all, kudos to everything that you have done so far. You have been an amazing addition to the show. One thing that we like to know right off the bat is, had you ever auditioned 4 days before? And if so, do you know what role it was?
No, I had not. This is my first
wow.
time.
Nice. Awesome.
Listen, Elia said one time and one time only.
Yes.
How quick
one
was
and done. That's what I like to say. One and done.
How
take,
cool-
baby.
Nice.
Well, we only take a lot of times with soaps. Tony, you were on the show, right? Congrats. You know.
Yes.
Thank you. Listen, mine was a talk with Jesus for about 20 years. And it was that one phone call that came through. And I was like, oh, thank you guys. Like it was definitely an experience. I was nervous, but it was an experience. So yay.
Right.
Yay.
Right. Yes. Yay to making your dreams come true.
Yes.
Thank you for having me here. I do watch you guys. You guys are awesome and amazing. I wish Araceli or Edicelli, I don't know how you pronounce it, but I wish she was here.
Yeah.
But thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you for being had. I don't know why I always say that. I say it, and then once I say it, I'm like, wait.
It's always off. Yeah.
Whatever. It's my thing.
Justin's face cracks me up. You guys are hilarious.
So what was it? Walk us through the process of getting booked on days, because we've heard from other actors that it is a bit of a process, and then all of a sudden it's like you're booked, and it's like
we hear like it's we've heard like, oh, I auditioned several times, I did several screen tests, then I didn't hear, then they brought me back in and all this. Then we've also heard like, oh, they had me in for an audition, a screen test, then I got a script. And so what was your experience, the former or the latter, or somewhere in between?
I would say a little bit of both. Yeah. It started off, self-tapes are huge now after the whole pandemic. So it was initially a self-tape audition. I did that, submitted it, received a call back, and then that led to a screen test, as you said, as you mentioned, and also like screen test, network test. They also call it a chemistry read. So I did go in for a chemistry read with a particular actor, and there was other actors there too. I wasn't the only one, of course. So that was nerve-wracking because it was like an all-day thing, and I was the last actress to go up, and I was there like all day. And so of course, you're there all day. You're just like in your head, you're just like, and you're praying, you're doing everything. I did some yoga, some praying, breathing, everything, and I had to let go, and I did it. And then I received a call because that drive home back, you're in your head. You're just like, oh, I could have did that, or I could have did this. And then I let it go. I went and got my favorite food. I get some comfort food. That's what I do after auditions.
Yep. Same here.
Do you? Yeah, that's how I am. I eat when I celebrate, and I eat when I'm stressed.
I had some comfort food after filming Beyond Salem. I was like, congratulations to me.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So I got you. So that's how it was. I remember getting the food. And then the next day I got a call from my agent, and it was an awesome. I will never forget that. I was home. I was just at home with my dog, Danny. Danny, come here. I want you guys to meet him. He'll come. But I got the news, and I was super happy. I screamed. It was more like, because in this business, you want to make sure it's really yours, right? You're just like, you never want to jump to conclusions, because anything can change either way. So I just was like, is it mine? Is it mine? You sure? Before I celebrate. But that once it was done, it was like, whoo, like in the deep end, get out there, action.
Yeah. And you definitely served it day one. And I know for a lot of actors, especially when they're coming on to the show, it can be very nerve-wracking, and sometimes it takes a little while to just kind of warm up and get your groove. But not you. You're one of the few actors that have come on and just nailed it just right off the bat. And you're grounded, you know who she is, and she's fully realized, and you were like, boom, here's Jada. So kudos to you for that.
I appreciate that a lot, because coming in, she's a new character. She's not replacing anybody. She is her own character in her own lane, doing her own thing in her world. And I knew some people might not be ready for her, because she's a firecracker. And I did a lot of work developing her character, because although Dr. Marcus Hunter is my father, as a lot of fans know, I am connected to that. However, it is a brand new character. I had to create her from scratch and to have a backstory. And luckily and thankfully, I work with an awesome coach. Her name's Mariska Shanice Phillips. So she's on Instagram, Mariska Shanice, but she's awesome. And I just have to give her a shout out because she helped me tremendously because it's such a fast paced world, the soap world, because I come from prime time.
Yeah.
And this is my first ever daytime show that I've been on.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of respect to all the actors because of like I said, I don't think as an average viewer you understand how it's shot and the quickness and all the dialogue we have to memorize, and you got to be really on your game. So
Well, speaking of your acting teacher, she says hello. There she
is. That's her. She's in New York.
Is she?
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she works with a lot of amazing actresses, and she comes to LA too. She's bi-coastal.
Yeah.
Hey,
well, speaking of your preparation for it, I when we saw each other, you told me how you prepared and how you researched, and I was very just appreciative of the fact that you like had the history of Marcus Hunter and that you looked that up and walk us through that because I found it so fascinating, and I also just appreciated your commitment to knowing who this man was and what the connection was to Salem, and then to bring in as Jada. So let everyone know like what you did to prepare for the role of Jada and the research that you did to really get into the mindset of knowing who your father was and his connection to Salem.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, Dr. Marcus Hunter, he was on the show from like 87 to 92. As soon as I did get the role, like I think I had a few days before I was like on sets, but I think I didn't sleep for the first couple of days because I was digging, I was researching, looking up archives, whatever I could find on YouTube of Dr. Marcus Hunter, anything. And I scrubbed the internet. However, shout out to the fans. Y'all are something else because I have to give them credit because on Twitter, a lot of people were sending me videos or tagging me in things that showed me some footage that I wasn't able to find. And I cherished them. And it was very informative.
Fans on Twitter are great. You can make a request and within 20 minutes you have more than you asked for. So they're really good in that respect. Yeah.
We've done it before. We've been like, we need this. And as soon as we click off of this show, we already have a tweet with the information that we needed. So shout out to the fans.
Right. So I dug him up and I looked him up and I just found it. His story was amazing. And then to see how beloved he was by fans. Fans really loved Dr. Marcus Hunter. Yeah. He really left an impression with him and Steve's relationship, from the orphanage. And it really was. I watched the episodes and their bond was amazing. And, I spoke with the actual actor who plays, Steve, and he gave me some information too. So that was helpful. And he's a great actor, great guy too.
Yeah. Good. See,
you're such a
go ahead, Justin.
You're such a bubbly person in life. I know we're trying. How many years? Yeah, such a bubbly person in life. Do you feel like you're able to infuse that into Jada, or do you feel like the writing writes it that way?
Wait, am I able to infuse the bubbly?
Yeah, sort of your personality, sort of
it comes out a little bit in there, like from time to time, and a few Twitter users saw that and posted it. But it sneaks out. Jada does have a sense of humor, and you're going to see more of Jada's layers and colors. I know she came in strong. She came in with a bang. But you're going to see more of her layers, unfold, and you're going to see more of her like humor, and you're going to see more of her vulnerability. So I will just say, just. Cool. Keep watching it and you'll see more of Jada aside from her like hard side,
Yeah.
Freeman Griffin, you mentioned that Stephen Nichols kind of gave you some information. Was there anyone else in particular, like on your first couple of days that kind of, and I know with COVID, like you can only, like I've heard you can only go certain places in the studio or you have to communicate like digitally before you can meet in person. But was there anyone other than Stephen Nichols who really like took you under their wing or kind of made you feel welcome or more at ease?
Well, I will say everyone was very welcoming for sure. So that wasn't an issue, but as far as like getting information or having that moment, not really, because of COVID, it does make it difficult. You kind of are on like a bit isolated. Everyone is. because of the protocols. So it makes it a little bit difficult. But you know, since I've been there, I've definitely, you can FaceTime or call and text people and get information like that. But yeah. At first, it was you're kind of on your own.
Yeah.
You gotta figure it out.
Elia, I'm dying to know now, since you've been there for a minute now, which one of your co-stars would you be prone to invite to do one of your videos or skits with you?
That's
a great question. I kind of wanted to surprise y'all because there is somebody.
Okay, so maybe there's something in the chamber. Okay, well.
Because I always have ideas.
Okay, got it. Okay, enough said.
No, but for sure, yeah, there's definitely I have something brewing up actually now, and something I'm gonna actually I want to do. So see.
Ooh.
Okay.
Someone in the chat that I'm sure that you know wants to know. Angela Cantu wants to know. Yes, who is Jada's ex? We need the backstory, T.
Hi, sister. She wants the tea. Well, you will see who my ex is. It'll come. I can't really. Yeah.
I think that's going to be the interesting thing is it's always finding out the new character's backstory, because we already know the connection that you have with Dr. Marcus Hunter, but obviously there's some time passed, like since he left Salem, and then now now you've arrived. There's still so much more to know, and I feel like slowly we're gonna like start, realizing just who Miss Hunter is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because right now she's
Jada also has a mother out there.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has a mother.
Yeah.
Elia's like, yeah.
They treasure well because
I don't lose my job today, so
Let me ask you three. And be honest, how well are you familiar with Dr. Marcus Hunter and his story? Either of you? I know it was like a while back.
Only by what I've read, because I didn't start watching Days until the late 90s. So he was obviously long gone. Yeah. So when you came on and then I was like, oh, like who is Marcus Hunter? And then I started reading it and then realized like in the photo of Steve and Kayla's wedding, like he's right there. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. And so I was like, oh, okay. And then, just his journey, there, like the slight interest when Steve was thought to be dead. And then they kind of put Marcus and Kayla together. And then the whole, like, I think there was the character of Saul. And I think that's who he was with, or he was with someone.
He was with Gail Carson.
Gail.
Justin Gail Carson? Yeah. So she was posing as an anesthesiologist.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really worked for the ISA. And when my father, or Jada's father, found out, he broke up with her for her dishonesty. But if you look her up, she was a fierce woman. Like, look her up, her character. I found some clips of her, and wow. But, fans have their theories on who my mother is, but I can't wait to see when that is revealed.
Yeah.
Okay. So some will be my got it. Okay.
Not Justin trying to be Nancy Drew over here. Okay, so okay, got it. Gonna write that down.
Got your pen? Are you taking notes?
Taking notes.
Yeah.
Now, Elia, when did you get into acting, and what would you consider to be like your first like major role that you were like, oh shoot, I'm about to make it? Oh, we got an appearance. Who that?
Oh, it's Danny. He wanted to come up.
Hey,
Hi, you just woke up from a nap.
Fresh.
Well, like, what is going on? Why are you sitting here in front of this computer? It's time to play. I am up.
What kind of dog? I'm curious. What, purebred or?
No, he's a mix, like his mama. He's like a poodle mix with like Maltese and Bichon, I believe. But
I was gonna guess Bichon.
Really, yeah, but he's like, he's a good little size for Bichon. Some people think he's smaller when they meet him. They're like, oh, he's big boy.
Yeah. You picked him up, and I was like, that's a big dog.
Yeah.
That is a big dog. But going back, when did you get into acting, and what was like your first major role or the first role that made you go, okay, like I'm in it, like I'm in the lane to make it?
Well, I got into acting, like, I mean, as cliche as it sounds, as a child, I've always had this like energy. I've always was a performer. I was performing, in the house, making up songs, dancing, always dressing up. I had a very vivid imagination. But in fourth grade, I did a school play, and that was the moment where I knew like that acting bug hit me, where I knew that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I fully, though, pursued it once I went to college. I would say that's when I really pursued it more. While I was attending school, I was studying to get my bachelor's degree in psychology, which I did get. But while I was doing that, I was doing extra work. So I did a whole extra stuff, which was an experience, And so I have some fun stories about that. But I started off as an extra, but my first TV appearance was on Criminal Minds. That was my first like credit, and it was a big deal for me, and I was super excited because that was back when like casting director workshops were like big.
Yes. I hate that they went away.
Yeah, I had seen Scott David. I did a casting session with him, and then I got that, and I wasn't even repped or anything. Like I was just did that on my own, so it was a really cool moment. And it really just motivated me and inspired me to keep going,
Yeah.
How you find it? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Justin.
How are you finding the fan reaction of the soap world, which is so different from primetime or any other kind of acting? Is it like back up off me, or is it like I welcome it? It's a little much, but I'm here for it. Like how is that adjustment been? Because we know it's favorable because everyone loves you and loves the character, but yeah, just stepping into that can be a bit daunting. I'm sure.
Listen, I welcome all the love. I'll just say that I welcome all the love, all the support. I really, really appreciate it and love it, and I just focus on that. But it has been a lot. Yeah, the fans are truly, let's just say, passionate. That's the word I would use. They're very passionate, different backgrounds, different demographics, but they are passionate. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, I'm embracing it. Yeah.
Good. Go ahead, Michael.
Oh, I like this. Someone in the chat room, from your experience with the character of Jada, if she wasn't a cop, what profession do you think she would have? Or what profession would you want her to have if she wasn't a cop? Like, what do you see her doing? What would you see her doing otherwise? Or do you think this is what she was meant to be?
Jada. Honestly, yeah. I mean, That's a really good question. You know what? I think she would be like a teacher.
Okay.
It might be like something with teaching or something like that.
I can see that.
She's definitely the PE teacher for sure.
The PE teacher.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Yeah, maybe.
And there's gonna be a self-defense like lesson mixed with like basketball, badminton, like running laps and stuff. Very Police Academy, but
she could rock a parachute. The parachute day, I'm sure.
You brought it back. You took it way back.
I took it way back.
Elia, we have Carissa Krebs on Instagram who wanted to know, what were you most nervous about when joining the cast of Days of Our Lives?
Nervous about? I think just being able to like meld in, like seamless, like just because it is such a, it's almost like a family sense there. And even from what the viewers see, they're so used to it. And from what I personally watch Days of Our Lives, I'm a watcher from when I was, 12 years old. So I get it. So I just wanted to like mesh in and blend in. That's all. I guess that was the thing I was a little nervous about.
So being a watcher, since you were a little tiny tot, like who were you most like maybe anxious or like wanted to like meet and go, oh my goodness, been watching you since I was little, can't believe now I get to work with you or just be here in the same universe with you? Like who was that person for you?
It was Christian Alfonso.
James Lott Jr. would absolutely love you because our previous co-host, James Lott Jr., who's my chocolate twin, lover of Christian Alfonso. In fact, his old Twitter handle used to be called Black Hope, and we never knew what that meant. I thought it meant like Black Hope, like right on, right? He revealed he was like, "No, I am the Black Hope," and I was like, "You mean to tell me this whole time that's what that meant?" So he would absolutely.
Oh yeah, no, and I literally found out when I did get a chance to meet her. I would love to work with her in like a Beyond Salem, 3 or something.
Hint, hint.
Yes.
She hint hint. But I ran into her at the studio, and I went up there and I told her exactly that. I was just like, "Listen, I've been watching you since," you never know how people will take that because it's like, "Oh, I've been watching you since I was."
And she looking back at you like, "How old do you think I am, sweetie?"
Right, but she had the mask on, so I couldn't. Like, who are you? No, I'm joking. No, she was so sweet, and it was honestly like that really, it was full circle moment, like no joke, like without a doubt, because I would watch her a lot, and I was enamored by her. Her beauty, her acting, and she has this cute little freckle on her chin, and I do too. So as a young girl, I was just like, "Oh, you have the freckle," So.
What was Hope doing on the show when you were watching, when you kind of developed that girl crush, so to speak?
Oh man, well, I just remember her whole love story with Bo. I just remember it was just a very, her and Bo, that was happening. I think something had happened with her memory.
That's all the time.
I was like, that's a couple times.
Yeah,
that's all the time. Which time?
The running thread.
Stefano did something in her memory. I remember that happening for sure. And then I remember like Sammy stood out to me too, because Sammy was just always fighting somebody, like slapping
Sammy. Yep.
Yeah, but she's a great actress.
Yeah.
All right. So Elia, to really get to know you, I have some top 5 questions for you. So I'm going to give you a subject, and you're going to give me your top 5 choices. Are you ready for that?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay. So you mentioned earlier
why are you making this face?
What?
Okay, I'm nervous now. What?
Don't be nervous. You're in good hands at Dishin Days. So you mentioned earlier comfort foods. What are your top 5 comfort foods?
Oh, Mexican food, Italian. I love Greek. Like Greek. What would be the third one? I love Mexican food. That's what I go to. In and Out.
Okay.
What would be my 5th?
God, now I'm hungry.
Oh no, it's a toss-up. Let's just say Thai food.
Thai food. Okay. Those are good choices. Now I know that you love to twirl and love to dance. So top 5 artists you like to dance to, like you waking up in the morning, or you need to give yourself a go. You getting ready to go out. Who we bopping on the Bluetooth speaker before we head out? Top 5 artists to twirl to.
All right. Well, literally this morning it was Beyonce.
Okay.
I've been playing Renaissance. Yeah. I gotta say, it's just amazing. It's what we needed, I think, everybody for summer. Just that fun, feel good. It just gets you in the mood.
I will have you know that Angela said it better be Beyonce. Yeah. Oh, there it is right there. It better be Beyonce. Your sister's yelling at you through the computer.
Yes, it would be Beyonce, Whitney Houston, Donna Summer, Aaliyah, Prince.
Hey. Okay. Which, if you would like to see Elia Cantu as Prince, go and check that out.
Yeah, check it out. Yeah. People really love that video, especially on TikTok, my lord.
Okay, so another top 5. Top 5 people you'd like to meet.
Oh, all right. Top 5 people I'd like to meet.
It better be Beyonce.
You know what? Why not? I'm not gonna lie. I had a dream. I had a very vivid dream. It was like one of those
like deja vu.
Okay. Yeah.
With Solange. It was so clear as day. It felt real. Okay. So I'm gonna say Solange because I feel like her and I will vibe well.
Yeah.
I mean, Beyonce, they could be a twofer. If they're both together, I'll meet them both. You know?
Yeah,
exactly.
just not in the elevator.
Okay. Let me see. Let me think. Sheila E. I want to meet and work with Sheila E. Regina King.
Sheila E.
Solid.
And I know he's so. I kind of don't want to say this, but it's the truth. But Will Smith.
Listen, that's fine.
We still love Will.
I just know people are so feeling some kind of way about him, but I just got to keep it real because he was somebody that I think a lot of us did in his career. Yeah. Just looked up to him. I really had respect for him as an actor. He is great at what he does. If we look at him strictly for his craft and what he does, I respect him. And Aaliyah was my other one, and she passed, so rest in peace. So I can't meet her, but I would have loved to meet her.
Oh yeah,
love Aaliyah. That's my number one girl.
I can see you playing Aaliyah.
Oh, okay.
Well, you can also see her playing Aaliyah on on her Instagram or TikTok because that was another person she did too.
Well, you know who I want to play is Jodie Watley.
Come on, looking for a new love.
Oh,
she's good.
I would love to play Jodie Watley. Actually,
I can see that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can definitely see that, especially with that hit. That's very Jodie Watley that you have.
Listen,
right now.
Peacock, you looking for content? Let's get the Jodie Watley biopic. Get going.
Yeah. Listen, if the Days of Our Lives YouTube channel official is here, Jada not Jada. Elia got. I'm calling you by your character name already. Elia got content for days, honey. So go ahead and just give her spot.
Yeah, no, check it out. I call it's Cantu the Chameleon. So if you even I turn into all different people.
I was gonna say you're gonna be upset when I say this. I actually met Sheila E. because I worked with her on a game show pilot presentation, and she was in charge of the band. And I just walked up to her and I was just like, "It's just an honor to meet you." We were standing in line for lunch, but I was also hungry, so I was like, "This is a great moment." But you go eat, I'm gonna go eat. But she was very nice, very nice.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
No, I'm not mad. Why would I be mad? No, that's great for you. That's awesome. So she was great.
Yeah, she really was. She was very nice. And I was just looking at her like legendary, iconic, the moment, like everything. Like,
so
hello.
talented. Yeah.
Super talented. Yeah. Okay, now last one. And I know that you're new to the soap opera realm, but so far, what are the top 5 things you've learned since working on a soap opera?
Top 5 things I've learned.
Mm-hmm.
I would say have a routine. Have a routine as far as your daily life, your personal life. So because there's early mornings, so just have a routine, be disciplined with that. Memorize your lines, get that down. Just find a way to work that muscle.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, I would say to really trust yourself as an artist. Trust your choices. Because you don't get a lot of takes. I said like primetime, you'll be doing one little scene like for the whole half the day.
Mm-hmm.
You have to really trust yourself. So I've learned to really trust myself as an artist, and that's been great. And letting go. Let go. Once you do that take, let go. Trust that you did what you did, and also don't play it safe. Sometimes as actors we can play it safe. We're kind of afraid to really go there, but it's like just go there. Trust your gut. Go for it. And know that you made the right choice. I mean, at the end of the day, if they really don't, we'll redo it or whatnot. But that's what I've learned big time is to let go, trust yourself. And I don't know if that was 5 or not.
Well, those are good though. We'll take those, whether it was 4 or 5.
Yeah, those are definitely the top things. And know your light. Know where your light is.
Yes.
The doors are tricky. I'm telling you, those doors on set, you got to know where to stand and know where your camera's at. It's not like a regular. It's not real life. When you open a door and crack it open, you open all the way. You got to stand in the corner. Watch next time. Little things like that.
See now every time
I'm never not going to be able to see a door scene, and
you got to open it all the way.
There it is.
Yep. Now we're going to make it a point. Every time there's a scene where Jada opens a door, we're going to be like, Jada opened that door, and guess what? She found her light, y'all. She opened the door, and there she is. Oh wait, there was I feel like there was one more that. So I will say, someone tweeted our AREMID underscore Dre tweeted that you're such a great addition to the cast, and that he loves how much chemistry she has with everyone. Can't wait to see what the show has in store for her. Speaking of chemistry, we are all jealous that Jada gets to interact with Eric, aka Greg Vaughn. Uh, how was for you? How was that? Kind of having that moment of Jada being like, "Let's go out," and being able to work with him, and like how just walk us through that. Like, we're gonna live vicariously through you in that moment with Jada and Eric.
You're referring to like the date when we first met, or all of it?
All of it. Like, give us all the tea, because we're actually, we talked about this earlier. We're team Jada and Eric. Like, we also saw a little bit of chemistry between Jada and Sean, but we were like, listen, let Sean and Belle take care of what they need to take care of. But honey, Jada and Eric, now that's where it might be at, honey.
Well, listen, Eric just got out of the priesthood. He's single. It's fair game.
Yeah.
Jada's new in town and she's single, divorced. So it's like, let's just let it happen naturally. So I think Jada knows what she wants. She goes for what she wants. She's not afraid. She kind of has that, she's in a male dominated world, right? So she has to be able to, like, she kind of has like both sides to her. She has a little bit of that masculine energy to her as well as feminine energy. And she's not afraid to go after what she wants. Like, she's up for a challenge. Let's just say that. Because she knows all about the messiness between, like, Eric kind of told her.
Yeah.
Like that low key that he loves her. And she's not dumb. She's smart.
Yeah.
She even called him on it. She said, you're still in love with her.
Yeah.
But she's still willing to go ahead and, maybe change his mind.
Mm-hmm. Listen, if you need help, you let us know, because we'll be there to help things along with the Greg Vaughn, honey.
I feel like a lot of the fans, I don't know, they feel, I feel like they're all their man. Like, people think that Eric's their man. They're like, oh no, we're very protective over Eric. I've noticed.
Yes. Well, over a lot of their ships, if someone tries to infiltrate the ship, it's like no.
He's single though. Nicole's married, happily married, right?
That logic doesn't apply to that.
Listen, the way she was sitting in Brady Pub watching y'all go up them steps, I don't know if she too happy.
I know the way she came out with her cane out the shadows.
Out the
shadows. Isn't that how they always do it?
Oh God.
But Elia, like we can't say it enough already. Like, you are a great addition to the show. We love the chemistry that you have with so many of the people in Salem. You came in with a full realized character, and we can tell that you're fully immersed in this person and really like bringing this person to life. And, that's a talent in itself. It shows, how talented you are as an actress and the light that you have. And we are all just excited to see more of what Jada is going to bring. And we can tell that you're just having a good time in good old Salem.
I am for now. Yeah. Good times.
Now listen, if you need a brother, there is this wonderful person named Terrence that apparently lives in San Francisco. So he can come on through and be like, how you doing, sis? Or maybe, you knew each other back in the day, something. I just want to put that again out there in the universe, because I manifested it once. I can manifest it again.
Okay, so Terrence, maybe he was one of the PE kids. I don't know. Was Terrence in charge of dodgeball?
The special project of the PE class.
Yeah. I can't believe he does PE. You're hilarious.
Well,
think about it. I feel like she might have been an attorney, though, now that I'm thinking about it. But
okay.
I can see attorney, but you said teacher, and the first thing that came to mind was like, I cannot see Jada teaching the kids William Shakespeare. Math ain't mathing. History, no, like PE, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like let's go.
Well, she has a soft spot for kids because I actually had a scene. You mentioned, oh my goodness, what's the actor's name?
Carrie,
yeah.
Christopher
Carrie.
Thomas. Oh, yes.
So I was watching you earlier in the show when you were discussing that, and yes, you are spot on. He is a professional, like a professional to the core. Like he goes into, like I saw him backstage. I was like, "Hi," he's like, "Hello." You know, he had his line. He was ready. He was in the scene. So it was great. I had a great time working with him because I appreciated that he was on it. So I really like working with him.
And that scene really resonated too because here you are, this this very tough cop, kind of having to question this kid, and you're right, you could tell there was that soft spot that came out of Jada to kind of be protective of, like, reminding Thomas, like, it's okay. You can tell us, and then, give, like, good job, like, you did so great, Thomas. Like, all of that resonated. So, like, it was a good scene all around between all of you. So
Thank you. No, I'm glad I rotated it out because Jada does care. At the end of the day, like, she's very passionate because she wants justice. Like, she wants Abigail's killer. She wants, she wants the kids to be protected. She doesn't want anyone to be hurt. So she's a protector. At the end of the day, she's a big protector. So I think that's what it is. So.
I'm waiting to see Jada and Melinda Trask.
Oh, me too.
Those two.
We love Melinda Trask.
Yeah.
Ooh, when I tell you that would be a toe-to-toe drag out, like, that's the scene to watch.
Yeah, that would be.
They've only had a phone as of now. I think we've only seen a phone call between them.
You saw the aftermath of a phone call, and I was very frustrated because she chewed me out. Yeah, but no, Michael, that's a great point. I hope that does come.
Yeah, we do too.
Elia, when you watched it when you were younger, is there anyone on the show that you want? Don't say it I know you may not be able to say if you've worked with them or worked with them, but was there someone you had in mind of, like, oh, if I ever got on the show, I'd love to work with them? And has that happened yet? Well,
it would have been Kristen Alfonso, but I know that's kind of like, we'll see if that happens. I got to work with Marlena, Jada and Marlena had my very literally in the beginning, but it was just like, hello. But hopefully we have more scenes. As far as I'm trying to think from back then. Well, there's somebody, I won't say yet, but I did get to work with him actually. It's he's a veteran. I mean, you can put two and two together, but he's definitely a veteran from back then. And he's an icon to the show, but I get to work with him too. So that's coming up soon. And more things with me and Steve and Kayla. So there's more of that happening.
Okay. Wink, don't say it, but wink. There's something there with Kayla, I'm guessing. There's a little weirdness there with Kayla in that scene you guys had. Maybe I'm picking up on something. I felt like
was funny. I got a lot of comments about that. Yeah. I don't know. People picked up. I don't know. I honestly, I'm not sure if there is. I'm not sure.
Okay. Got it.
That's right. Save your job, Elia. Don't you spoil nothing on here.
Don't recall lines.
Don't put your job in jeopardy.
But there'll be scenes with us, the three of us, and and I really want to work with Paulina, like Jack A. Harry. I'm just a fan of hers. Period. She's an icon.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Jada and Paulina will like run into each other.
Yeah.
So before we let you go, I always ask this question, and it seems to be a very tough question, but because I know the fans want to know what's coming up, if you can describe what's coming up for Jada in one word, what would it be?
Wow. Oh,
and I always say one word because if you give too many, these fans are like, they'll figure stuff out. So I'm like, let's just say one word to, like, give them a little something to look forward to.
Okay. Obstacle.
Okay.
Cole.
Okay.
Singular. One obstacle. Well,
obstacles.
Okay.
More than one. Because I was going to say, if you only have one in Salem, you're doing great because everybody else got obstacles.
It's plural. Yeah. Let me tell you, like you said, Jada didn't turn around like she should have when she came to Salem.
She drove right on through like, okay, I think I can do this.
No, and that was great, Mike. I love that saying, like, it's not too late to turn around. But man, yeah, no, like I feel like it's getting to her. It's gonna happen. So I will say obstacles plural if I had to say one word only. But it's gonna get really interesting, y'all. So you guys please keep watching. It's gonna really get exciting between you guys already can see what's gonna happen, I think. But yeah.
So listen,
so that's gonna be,
we're just fans.
Nicole will be one obstacle.
Okay.
Well,
and her and I will, we'll share some stuff. So we'll see. We'll have some scenes together.
Well, Nicole has made her choice. Now she can go sit down.
She's not sitting down. Walking around, cane or not, she's walking around. Right, messy, and Jada's not backing down.
Nice.
We definitely wouldn't expect Jada to, because Jada looks like the girl that got the hoop earrings and the Vaseline in the car. She's very much that girl. But Elia, thank you so much for joining us. I was very excited to have you on, because I just wanted the fans and everyone to really get to know you and see you and fall in love with you, if they haven't already. So thank you so much for coming on, and just thank you for your talents on the show. You're amazing. We can't wait to see what obstacles Jada is about to face.
Yeah. Obstacle.
Nicole.
That's the word, obstacle. Yeah. Now watch. You're gonna go to your Twitter, and that's gonna be tweeted out.
Yeah, right.
Hashtag. Yeah.
Hashtag obstacle.
Yes, I like the sound of that.
Awesome. So good.
Elia, thank you so much.
Yeah,
and you have to come back when things pick up, and we need to have a tea session about what's going on in Jada's world. Please come back and kiki with us. We would love to have you back.
Absolutely. Thank you. You're so much fun, everyone.
Well, y'all make sure y'all follow her at Elia Cantu right there. Follow her. Leave her some amazing messages. Don't be going on there hating, because she ain't got time for that. She got a job.
My block finger's strong too, so
yes.
Okay.
I don't have the time. I don't put energy into that.
We've been 7 years strong over here. Ask some folks. Well, you can't because they block.
Yes.
Listen, ain't nobody got time for that. Well, look, we are the folks that come on here and talk about a soap opera. We ain't got no time to be talking about getting in fussments over no fictional characters and stuff. Everybody gonna be okay. People like
everybody's gonna be okay. Yeah.
It's like, oh, you don't like our. Listen, I'm talking about what the show is giving. I can't be like, oh no, I don't like this because we gotta talk about it. So it's all right for you to like your favorites, but don't come at me.
Right. Yeah. Right. You gotta separate it. Yeah.
Gotta separate it. Sorry, I stepped on a soapbox.
No, you just went down
going off in front of company. My bad. My mom's gonna text me in a minute, because she watches this show too. She's gonna text me and be like, "Now I taught you better than that. Don't be acting like that in front of people." Oh, speaking of my mom.
Oh, your mom's here?
My mom watches. My mom actually just started watching Days during the quarantine. And so now she watches Dishin Days. And so instead of being in the chat room, she texts me. So every now and then I have to look down at my phone, because it's my mama, to see if she's commented so far. So she did text me and said, "Doing a great job, Jada." And I'm pretty sure she said Jada only because she couldn't spell Elia.
Thank you, Mama Moore. I think my mom should be on here too, but she's just like your mom. She don't comment, but I think she'll text me. So I appreciate that.
You're gonna get off here right now. There's gonna be 5 text messages of moments. Of stuff. You're like, when did I say? Oh, okay, got it. Yes. Oh, good. Well, thank you again, Elia, and come back on and kiki with us soon. Yes.
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right. Have a happy Sunday.
You too. Happy Sunday to all of you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Oh, she's fun.
I told y'all, I adore her. She's so good. Yeah. All right. Before we head out, let's take a look at what's coming up next week on Days of Our Lives.
You have a date with 2 women who are already a couple.
We could all go home and take a hot shower.
It's time you stop wearing your dead husband's ring around your neck.
You tried to kill Stefano's son!
The smirk again. The smirk again.
Hey, Michael Mattis, how was that look from Shin? Okay, we'll talk about it next week. Listen, there's a lot happening, and we will discuss it. So,
anyway,
I'm here for all of it. All of it looked good.
Okay, this summed up.
Not Alex.
Like, please don't be that guy. Please don't be that guy.
But
like,
I'm sorry. Listen, Allie did it great. Like, you're that straight guy that thinks it's so hot with two women. Like, I love that dialogue, but I'm also like,
yeah, you're right. Let's not take it off the table. Yeah.
Right. So there's that. But anyway, everyone, that has been Dishin Days. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And a special thank you to Elia Cantu for coming on and chit-chatting with us. I hope you guys love her as much as we do. And please, like, tweet her, check out her videos. She's been doing a lot, like, since. So make sure you show her a lot of love. But before we officially head out, Michael Mattis, tell the kind folks where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter. I had it last time. Why are you so surprised? Because it was a month ago. We probably forgot.
Yeah.
Instagram and Twitter at ML Mattis.
Justin Hareld.
Find me on Instagram at Justin Lee Hareld.
Still just on Instagram?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to get a Twitter?
No, thank you.
Well, no thank you to you too. You guys can find all of us on all social media platforms. We are Dishin Days Show on Facebook, Dishin Days on Instagram, and _Dishin Days on Twitter. And of course, you can find us on our YouTube channel, Dishin Days. And you can find all of that. And you can find Lil Old Chocolate Me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
There's so many. Jeez.
I know. So many.
And Snapchat too.
No, I don't snappity chat. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will be back next week for another full dish of next week's episodes of NBC's #1 award-winning hit soap opera. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy yourself. Be safe. And we can't wait to see you back next week. Bye, everybody. Tell your friends.